A high bounce rate is a sign of many things that could be wrong with your website. This includes poor content, a bad user experience, an inaccessible navigation system, a counterintuitive web design, or a combination of all of these factors. So if you're struggling with a high bounce rate, it is crucial for you to investigate and find out the exact reasons. Without knowing the root cause of the high bounce rate, you simply won't be able to fix it. So in this video, we are going to discuss a few possible reasons why some websites may have a high bounce rate. And we'll also share tips along the way on how you can fix the issue and lower the bounce rate to make your website more SEO friendly. Before we jump onto that, however, let's start by discussing what a bounce rate is and how exactly it impacts a website's search engine rankings. Google defines bounce rate as single page sessions divided by all sessions, or the percentage of all sessions on your site in which users viewed only a single page and triggered only a single request to the analytics server. Okay, if this is a rather confusing definition, here's a simpler version. The bounce rate of a website refers to the percentage of people who land on a certain web page on the site and then leave it without clicking on any link. For example, taking any action such as clicking on a call to action or any other web page. Now, is the bounce rate important? Oh, yes indeed it is. Bounce rate is very important. A high bounce rate is likely an indication of several problems on a website, from poor web design to low quality content and more. But more specifically, bounce rate is essential because a high bounce rate indicates that most website visitors aren't converting. For example, they're not clicking on any link or taking any action that you want them to take, and that's obviously not good. Second, the bounce rate may also have a direct impact on the website search engine rankings. More than one study has found a direct correlation between a lower bounce rate and higher search engine rankings. So what could be the reasons for a high bounce rate? Let's jump to it then. Here are a few of the likely culprits. Number 1, low quality content. If a web page has low quality content, that creates a significant negative impression. So as you can imagine, users won't feel encouraged to check out other pages on that website, and this will lead to a high bounce rate. Secondly, if the content isn't interesting, it's not useful or captivating in any way, then users will also not take the desired action. For example, clicking on your call to action button, and this will also increase the bounce rate. Number 2, if the web page doesn't meet the visitor's expectations. When online users visit a web page, they have certain expectations about it. Most website visitors are seeking some sort of information, and if your web page does not meet their expectations, if it doesn't have the correct information that they're seeking, then they'll leave the website without clicking on any button or web page. Therefore, it is vital that at a minimum, you get two things right. Make sure to create pages and their content in accordance with your visitor's search intent. Don't just optimize for keywords and try to trick the search engines into thinking your content is purely about your keywords. Remember, in the end, the search engines are not your target audience, users are. So instead, try to create your pages addressing the problems your real-life human visitors may have and focusing on how you could help them. That said, number 3, don't neglect to create descriptive and accurate meta title tags and meta descriptions. The title tag and meta descriptions of your web page play a crucial role in setting the aforementioned expectations. If the title says something different than what the content of the web page is, it will most likely in the end result in a high bounce rate. Because for example, suppose a user searches for buy a washing machine. On the search engine results page, she finds your web page that has the following title, buy a washing machine, free shipping. When the user clicks and lands on the web page, she finds an article that compares different types of washing machines. And that's it. So what do you think the user will do? She will most likely just quit the page because the meta information wasn't accurate. Number 4, you gotta fix a poor or inaccessible website navigation structure. The bounce rate on a website will remain low if its website visitors also click on other pages. And one of the most common ways to find those other pages is via the main menu. But if for some reason the menu is inaccessible or poorly designed, it will create problems for users who want to browse your website. Therefore, it is important that the menu and all the items in it is self-explanatory, it's very clear, very familiar, and easily accessible. Number 5, avoid poor website design and user experience. Bad UI and UX will almost always lead to a significantly high bounce rate. The quality of your content won't even matter if the website design and user experience aren't up to par. So maybe you've got great content, but your website looks bad and is awkward in terms of functionality, then chances are it's the poor, unpleasant, and counterintuitive website design that is causing the high bounce rate. Number 6, web pages that take forever to load. Online users just do not like to wait. They won't wait. It's like a 3-second hang time is the end of the world. Pshoom, they'll take their attention elsewhere. So if your web page does not load within a couple of seconds, they will just leave, resulting in a high bounce rate because they didn't click on any other web page or link. Google recently analyzed approximately 11 million web pages, and it's no surprise that they found that slow-loading web pages are directly related to a high bounce rate. So be sure to check how quickly your pages load. If they take more than 2 seconds, you should try to speed them up as much as possible. Now you might be asking, is there a global average bounce rate? Unfortunately, no. Different industries have much different bounce rates. But according to a study done by Custom Media Labs, here are the very general average bounce rates for different industries, businesses, and types of web pages. Though feel free to take all this with a grain of salt and not as any hard-set guidelines. But if you still feel the urge to chase a number that you can target, try to at least keep your bounce rate at less than 50%. Go Rocket Fuel did a report in which they found that the average bounce rate for the websites they analyzed was somewhere between 41 to 51%. So anything over that is likely spelling bad news. In conclusion, when it comes to optimizing a website or a web page or making them more search engine friendly, most SEO professionals focus primarily on keywords, meta tags, and backlinks. And while those are all important factors, bounce rate is also a big user engagement metric that must not be ignored. A high bounce rate not only has a negative impact on a website's search engine rankings, but it also indicates several problems that a website may have. By closely monitoring your bounce rate over time and for different pages, you can identify low-quality content, improve your overall web page design, create a better website navigation system, and address your visitors' concerns and problems in a much more effective way. By addressing the bounce rate issue, you can also fix several other issues that your website may have. And as a direct and indirect result of it, your website will be in a better position to serve its audience well and therefore rank higher in the SERPs. Feel free to check out our other videos so that you can keep fine-tuning and getting the most out of your SEO. And click subscribe to stay updated with new tips and tricks to get you to the top of the search engine results pages.